Hey, it's Brook. Let's do a simple lick that has it has a lot of flexibility. It's in a lot of songs. It's pretty easy and it sounds cool. I'm talking about this kind of sound. So the main move I'm going to be talking about is this, that little slide. It's really cool. It's important that you use your middle finger here. I don't mean to flip you off, but that's the one. So you're going to slide from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret on the 3rd string. That's an A going up to a B. And when you slide, you have to use a little bit of force and just drag it up there kind of with confidence. If you just go, it's not going to work. You have to kind of blast it up there from 2nd fret to 4th fret. Yes. And again, it's important you use your middle finger. It's kind of fun teaching guitar because I'll say, make sure to use your middle finger. It's very important. And then I'll kind of like, sit here and listen. And I'll look over and they're using their pointer finger. And I understand that's how people are. And I don't get upset. It's just kind of a day at the office for me. So again, middle finger. You're going to use that pointer finger. 2nd string, 3rd fret. And you're going to catch that D. And they harmonize. Those two notes are a big part of an E7 chord. It's a B and a D. Let me digress a little bit. We'll go hit that open E. Hear that? B, D, E. You could, here I go, digressing, but you could go. It's a very powerful shape. So I was just heading down the neck chromatically and using the open E. There's the E again. That's B flat, D flat, E. Now A, C, E. And then I'll hammer to the 3rd string, 1st fret, G sharp or A flat. When you're up here, you can grab this note, which is G sharp or A flat on the 2nd or 1st string, 4th fret. That looks just like D7, only 2 frets higher. It gives us E7. Not to go crazy, but remember, that could be F7, G7, A7, B7, C7, D7, and E7. So from that one little shape, it's gonna branch out in all directions. Super 3D. It's amazing. Or skip the high E. You can just go. Now normally, you could just go sliding both notes up to their target area there, the bullseye, 3rd fret and 4th fret. That's kind of a triplet feel. 1, 2, or 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. That would sound cool on a rock song or a blues song or maybe a country song. It's all kinds of stuff. Roots music, rockabilly, whatever you call it, I don't know. Swampy music. eventually you have to maybe think about resolving that or getting out of this lick. So you might, there they're separated. Could take it down to the A. You're just going to reverse that slide and drag it from B to A, 4 to 2. And from there, you might, that's a quick little hammer on. Third string open, hammer on to first fret. Land on second fret, fourth string. You could do Boom, 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 Boom by John Lee Hooker, like. Something along those lines, or Smokestack Lightning by Howlin' Wolf. Kind of reminds me of an AC/DC song. Only that would be in the key of A. Something like that. What else? You could do The Last Time by the Rolling Stones. Check it out. Which, that's actually played up here, I believe. But same sound. Yeah, it's a B and a D. That's the fifth interval of an E chord. The B is the fifth. Fifth note in an E major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Always got to know your scales if you really want to understand what's going on. Or if you can just play it by ear, that's okay. And memory and shape, whatever. But knowing the intervals is definitely worth the time. Studying your major scales. It's a hard sell as a guitar teacher. So you got your fifth, and this thing here, the D is a flatted 7 or a dominant 7. When you play an E chord, it sounds pretty cool. When you add that D, it's got more tension, a more bluesy sound. Sounds a little more rowdy. Add that D to your E chord and you got an E7. You can do the open D, or up here, or here, or here, or here. You got to know all your E7s. You're going to use those as shapes to solo. You make solos out of those shapes. So being aware of those things, you know, again, it's a B and a D is what we're looking at. And if you want to throw in that open E, first string open, there's your root, the 1. So we got our 5, 7, 1. Here's a 3. The G sharp is your major third. And I love the major thirds. I'm kind of biased. I like that major third because it makes it sound less like you're kind of wandering around on a scale and you've actually hit a target, like you know what you're doing. That major third just sounds like, yeah, man, we're in E major. Because it's a major third. If you flat it, it's minor. You know, if you go, cool, I guess, minor, maybe, but major just sounds more like you know what you're doing, really. So when you're playing over an E7 blues, pay attention to that major third. I believe you'll hear it say like down here. It just sounds, it just fits like a puzzle piece perfectly when you hit that major third. So that's something to think about when you kind of resolve the phrase. So you can resolve on a root, but that's kind of boring, you know, like if you always go, cool, that's good. But what about, it's a little more interesting. And there's other things you can resolve on, like that flatted 7. Let's see if that works. Maybe. Or you could even hit a 9th. But 4ths sound weird to land on. I definitely am biased against resolving on a 4th interval. But I would prefer, for me, I want to hit a 3rd, a flat, a dominant 7th, like a D, so that'd be G sharp, D, B is your 5th. That sounds good. Or the root are going to be your most common things. You know, if you hit an F sharp, that'd be a 9th. That's cool. Or a C sharp, that's a 6th. If you can make it work, that's cool. But like a flatted 5th or a flatted 2nd, you're on thin ice there, Buster. But no, it could, any note can work. You can make it work. If you got big ears, you can make it work. But anyway, I just thought I would kind of go slowly through this phrasing, which does relate to our, it does relate to the basic E blues licks we've been doing. And again, you could look up Boom, 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 Boom by John Lee Hooker and Smokestack Lightning by Howlin' Wolf. Those are pretty cool examples. Maybe like George Thorogood, Bad to the Bone. I'm sure that lick is in there. I used to play that in a road band 6 nights a week. I'm like, are we really doing this? It's a 1-chord jam that goes on for about, I don't know, seemed like about half an hour, but it's cool. I liked it. You can just space out on 1 chord for, it's probably about 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, Bad to the Bone. I think it might be in the key of G or something. I don't know. I don't want to remember, but it is that kind of a sound. And George Thorogood definitely uses this lick at some point. Not that I listen to him like I should, but he's actually pretty. His first record was crazy good, as far as I remember. I bought it on cassette. But again, I'm rambling. This would be something like Muddy Waters, Rolling Stones, John Lee Hooker, your basic, hard-hitting Chicago blues business, kind of like Delta blues. Probably Robert Johnson. And you could do it's pretty cool, man. So it's a simple thing, but I just want to make sure that people feel like somebody took the time to show it to you without rushing you. That's why I kind of didn't, I played it multiple times. I didn't just rush through this. I kind of put in some time, and I hope that you liked it a little bit. If you didn't, that's okay. If you already know this, I'm glad. So if you don't, then let's play it. All right, so yeah, work on that, and thanks a lot for stopping by. I've got a few of my records sitting up there. We got our brand new Monster A Go-Go. There's Return of the Skeleton. I've got a couple copies of that left. We've got quite a few of In Color And then there's the It's a Thing over there. You probably can't see it, but I do have some vinyl records for sale. These, I only got 2 copies of that left. So I don't know what's going to happen with those, but I got more coming. And we have CDs coming of the new Monster A Go-Go, if you're interested. So that would be really cool if you were to... you can email me if you want to talk about that, or look them up on Bandcamp. You can email me at hooverguitar@yahoo.com. That would be cool. I got my fancy coffee cup today from my mother-in-law. I used to go over there and just stand there and kind of try to be quiet, and just mind my own business. But she said, "Brook, do you want a cup of coffee?" I'm like, "Yes, please." So she always thought I was nice because I would accept her coffee, and so this is one of her cups. So I use this maybe once a month for the delicious coffee in honor of my mother-in-law, Tima Hutchins. She would be happy to know that I'm sharing the cup with the world. All right, this is old Brookie saying, just keep practicing. Enjoy your guitar, because the crazy people can't get you when you're practicing. You're safe. So thanks for joining me. And if you want to subscribe, that'd be awesome. Leave a comment of where you are, where the viewers are. Just tell me where you're at. What state, what country, what continent. All right. Keep rocking, and we'll see you later.